This is a video response to Schnibby. Want to lead off though with an apology to Shafe about the recent video title. It was a bad joke, and I hope you didn't make it too far into the centrifugal clutch operation of small all-terrain vehicles there. I couldn't resist, being that I knew the subject was going to be just 100% away from the interest you had mentioned, saying I watch your videos except for those ones where you and Backwoods are talking about engines and compression, or what was it that you said? But my bad, my bad. It was a joke for myself, and I don't think it necessarily. Oh man, sorry to laugh just thinking about it. It shouldn't be funny. It shouldn't be funny because I bet you probably got 30 seconds into that bitch and went like, motherfucker. But I hope it helps if you ever get a snowmobile, Shafe. Uh, but on to the subject of the matter. Video response to Schnibby's bitter pill. If anybody watching this hasn't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you aren't subscribed to the person whose video would come up in the feed, then this video is not going to be for you. So to Schnibs, you're right. I didn't like it. It isn't necessarily because I'm a Democrat. It isn't necessarily because I'm moderate centrist Republican or whatever the heck, following Sned's advice a little bit here. But what I didn't like about it had to do with missing now something that used to inspire me from a friend. We're still friends. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. I don't know what it would take for me not to count you as a friend. I can't even I can't even wrap my fucking head around it. Like if you took my dog and put him in a pillowcase with a bunch of rocks and threw him in a fucking river, we're good enough friends and be like, well, Schnibby has his reasons. I mean, but it made me wonder, the flip side of the coin. It was a long time ago that, shit, we talking 10 years? It was a long time ago when we had Freedom Mike. When Freedom Mike would be willing to be butt naked on his property if he wanted to lay down on a hammock. That's what he'd want to do. And if his neighbor wanted to do the same thing on their property, then so fucking be it. I do understand the point of recognizing a people or concept or doctrine as being some sort of a virus, but I don't know enough about it to honestly have an opinion. I know enough about it, and I'm close enough to my friends on here that I'm, capable of trolling and putting on a contrarian mask. But that's not what I'm going to try to do here. What I'm going to try to do here is maybe make the case for freedom and no tyranny. Because I mean, could we agree that tyranny even if tyranny accomplishes the thing that we want, is still tyranny? Does it require tyranny for me to be butt naked on my own property? to absolve the land of what would prohibit my freedom, like a fight fire with fire thing. I, I don't. That's what I can't understand, I guess. And what is it that? I mean, I know some of what it was. I mean, I have to imagine some of what it was, traveling and experiences and everything that changed you from being that thing like, hey, if it was after the end of the world and it was just the last state of us sitting around a campfire, and you said, the first motherfucker sitting around that campfire that says, hey, you know what we should do, gets a fucking bullet in the head. That's a far cry from saying, hey, this is what some particular guy, you mentioned T-Rump, T-Rump should declare the terrorist organization and that kind of shit. I mean, I don't know, and I know historically I do understand too about the history of violence and what started as that Democrat thing, and I'm not gonna get any sort of oppositional arguments over who does what or what's responsible of what. I suppose I owe an apology for doing something that inspired us to burn some of the mental shoe leather about having a circle jerk about things that are beyond our control now. I mean, beyond sharing opinions on things, so that I could be like, oh, I identify with what you're saying so much. We should take a nice warm shower together, or whatever the fuck. No homo, I think you get my point, hopefully. But how far do we get from Zen and the art of motorcycle repair? Going back to my snowmobile video, the synopsis of which this book, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Repair, has to do with a father and son going across the country on a couple of bikes. It's pretty fucking cool. When I thought of that, just recently, kind of revisited it. When I thought of that, man, that's just one of the coolest things I could possibly imagine. Yeah, like free from the bullshit, Nothing to do but focus on what's important. That machine going along, being with this person that you're close to, if not by relationship, then by genetics. I mean, here's this thing that made you, I think there's something pure about that. I mean, if you believe in spirit, something spiritually pure with that. I don't know, man. It's something I'd be willing to join you on. I have no idea how I'd actually manage to accomplish it, but and maybe how about this? How about we just say one day? One day. That's what I think. And that, old friend, is not. That's not a bitter pill. That's a cool glass of what's cool, man. All right, y'all. Take care. And happy hump day if y'all are watching this the day of.